they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway in Southern California. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Raiders pick it up.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal and a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Tight end, that's Waller. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, that's going to change the course of things. They had a good drive work and a chance to really open things up here in the first quarter. Instead, the defense, they got exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they certainly did, because making that type of a play gives them confidence moving forward and maybe makes them a little more reticent on the offensive side of the ball.
Because if the touchdown had gone the other way, this thing could have started to get ugly early. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Once more, here's Eckler. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Herbert. That's caught by Jackson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And then 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Now it's Herbert. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now Carr. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Eckler now between the tackles. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's another Chargers first down.
Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Up the middle with Eckler. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
13 yards on the play.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On the give, this is Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. First down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to say, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage at the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler as time expires in the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead on the final play of the first half. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So we reach halftime here on opening weekend, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point, and now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. Caught outright by Renfro. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So big turn of events there. They had him sacked on 3rd down, but the hand to the face going to give him new life.
And when it comes to protecting quarterbacks, partners, you well know, these officials are not going to hesitate if they see a tug on the mask. Heck, if they see a hand up near the mask, the flag's going to come out.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So that, a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And able to work his way down to the 16. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up
Herbert now.
At the 16.
Touchdown! Keenan Allen, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Herbert back to the air. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings brings up 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game.
And, oh, my goodness, he loses it again. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is.
Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Well, PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by Waller out left side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means after running.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of the time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A big play there on the catch and run. 95 yards. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Go Chiefs!
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Now Carr. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Oh, this is blocked. Now the Chargers have it. And now off to the races down the right side. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Well, they run with Jacobs on 1st down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a play fake. Carr out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game, doesn't it?
And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Chandler Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
What now?
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. This was not just the opener season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward.